Hello everyone, welcome back to the video, and today I'm in Arcane Odyssey once again. This game is addicting, and I'm gonna tell you guys things you probably didn't know about this game, like the features in it and stuff like that. But the last video I did about things you probably didn't know, and people are like, well, I already know that. Well, duh, I already know that too. So, I'm gonna have a section that says easy and then hard. I'm not gonna do medium because of reasons, but the easier ones are going to be like the ones where you're like fresh level 125, you don't know much about the game, but you still have knowledge about it. So I still recommend like watching that part, and then I'll have the hard ones, the ones that most people don't know, later in the video. So I'll have timestamps on the video red strip, whatever it's called, so you can switch back and forth to those. So anyways, let's get started. So you know when you're stuck out on sea and you want to repair your ship, but you don't want to go to the shipyard because it's so far away, like the nearest island's like too far, and you don't want to find those boxes in the water to repair your ship or get any items? Well, I recommend fighting a ship. Fighting an NPC ship, like a Navy ship if you have bounty, or if you have fame, you fight like a pirate ship, and then you can just get that HP back in your ship without having to technically go anywhere, because sometimes ships are like pirate ships are everywhere, Navy ships are everywhere, circling, just doing NPC stuff, and then you can just get HP back in your ship. So now for this tip, personally, I probably wouldn't do, just because if you want to get all the different fish in the game and get that badge and get 100% in the fishing, yes, you guys probably didn't know that, but you can get a badge for getting all the fish in the game. First, you have to figure out what side of the map you have to go on, like north side or the south side, to get these fish. Does it have to be cold or warm water, or like what different regions you have to be in? I recommend going to the wiki, and it'll tell you what kind of rod you need, if you need an enchantment on that rod, where you need to be, like Ravana or Redwake, and then you can get those fish and complete that badge, because not a lot of people have the badge for it. Just like the Bronze Sea Explorer, 100% in the map. Not a lot of people have that, because I think they're just lazy, because it's not that hard to get, to be honest. So do you ever just feel like bounty hunting is not good enough? Do you feel like fame and the reward is not good enough? Well, let me tell you here. If you get a rival, it will give you a legendary, an exotic treasure chart. Sometimes rare, but usually gives you an exotic or legendary treasure chart. But how do you get rivals? Well, first of all, you have to find a specific person you kill 3 times. Not in a row, but if you kill them 3 times in a server, you can make them their rival. Now, you can't switch rivals after you have the rival, and you can't, like, find another rival. You can't have more than one rival. And once you get this rival, it'll tell you where the person is, and then have a little secret little thing on the bottom that says, Goldie Bubbles rival or whatever, something like that, has been hunting this player, has been seen hunting this player and stuff like that. So once you get a rival, there's 3 stages. Once you kill him one time, he'll keep leveling up, and then he'll level up to like 150 or 60 or something like that, 125. So he'll have 3 stages, and he'll look like he'll age, or will age. And I recommend getting not magic or warrior. Those are the 2 classes. Don't you hate just having to click the buttons on the bottom left to open your menu, your backpack, sometimes like your character, and then the announcements? Like, it's really annoying. Well, did you know there's actually keybinds in this game that I don't think the game actually tells you it, but they just are there. So if you click on J on your keyboard, it opens up your info tab, like your character, your magic, strength, and order. If you click on K, it's your quests, like your storyline or the other. If you click on L, this is your inbox, so you can just do that. And if you click on N, it's your menu. And then the M is obviously the map, because I think that's the only way you can actually... You can open it from the button, but M is more efficient. And then the most special one of all is B. You actually have to hold down B, because it opens up the emote buttons and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. And that's all the buttons, keybinds actually in the game. So you guys probably didn't know that. You ever just been farming a boss and you always die and you're like, oh, I have to go to Ravana all the way over there and this is gonna suck. It's gonna take me at least an hour to do. Well, guess what? There's something called camp markers, and what you can do is you can place them on an island that you cannot spawn on. So places you can't really spawn on is like Ravana, Sailor's Lodge, Silverhold, Palo Town. Those ones you can't spawn on because when you go through the story, it'll tell you is like, you now spawn on Ravana, you now spawn on Winrow Island, or like you now spawn on Sailor's Lodge. So I might be wrong on a couple of these, but some of the islands that you spawn on, you just can't place the markers down. So you're just out of luck on that one. So camp markers are very, very, very important to do. And if you want to fight a rival or something like that and you die, set your marker down. Now this one might actually be a hard one, but easy at the same time because I didn't know about this until today, is waste lanterns. So if you go in your inventory, I'm pretty sure everyone actually has one of these because it's a common tool. When you click on the waste lantern, it makes like a big glowy light all over you because as like, you know, a lantern, and you can use this as getting in the caves like the Shell Island cave in the very back for the secret. This is very useful for that, or you can just use your magic, but it stays in your avatar until you click it until it goes off, which is very cool. So, and when you click it, you can use all their spells, so you don't actually have to keep it on. You don't have to keep it as one of your slots, which is pretty cool. So I bet you guys didn't know that. Alright, so now onto the hard section, or the things that people may not know when they're actually experienced. So once you get up there in the fame, once you have like 500,000, a million, probably 100,000, you'll get to notice that there's NPCs that are called deckhands. So these NPCs can go on your ship. You can only get 3 of them maximum. Probably right now, but probably in the future you can get more. Deckhands are able to boost your stats like ramming speed, magic. Like if you have magic cannons, you can gives you more magic, more speed, turning speed, like everything like that. I'll have a wiki link in the description of what deckhands can do. There's 5 stages of deckhands. There's rookie, adept, elite, master, and legendary. So I believe rookie is around 50,000 fame. Adept is around, I would say, like 100,000 to 200,000. Elite is like 500,000. Master is 800,000, and legendary is like 1 million and above. But if you get like an elite or adept or master, and you recruit them onto your ship, you can level them up for a certain amount of gold and a certain amount of fame. And if the person is not maxed out level, like since the maxed out level is 125 for characters and NPCs, if the character's level 80 and their fame is at like 80,000, once they level up, their fame goes up too. The requirement goes up. So I recommend looking at it. It's hard to find legendary ones, so you guys probably did not know that. If you're a magic user and you want to do great at PvP, but you don't like going close to warrior and stuff like that, I recommend using placement explosion. So I actually didn't learn about this for like a couple weeks now, and I'm like, how do people do that? So if you go to your E, which is the basic slot, like it's the second spell you actually get. It's basic spell explosion. If you go to the edit and you go to style, you can do self and placed. So what self does is obviously blows up around you, and then what placed is on your cursor. If it has a certain amount of reach though, you can place your cursor a different like around you, and it'll just blow up over there. So this is great for like gold, ice, I think like all the magics basically. If you use self, or if you use placement, and you use shockwave, because shockwave goes very far out. So I bet you did not know about place explosion. Okay, so let's talk about islands, clans, and how to claim them. So obviously when you claim an island, you have to be in a clan, and once every 5 minutes you get like 20 infamy, right? But what if you want to claim an island that another clan has already claimed? and you're sitting on the island, and you're like, wow, this is taking forever. This is taking at least 20 minutes. And you're like, well, I'm not claiming this island because it takes too long. You know the reason to that? The reason is because the clan has a high fame. So in the wiki, I'm not quoting this for myself, I'm quoting this from the wiki. The base time to actually claim an island if the person has 0 infamy in their clan is 20 seconds, which is pretty quick. But it gives every second you have to stand in the island is 100 infamy. So if the clan has 100, if the clan has 500 infamy, it takes 21 seconds, and then 22 if it has 1,500. So, or 1,000, I mean. So the clan, it just keeps going up. So if it has like 100,000, that means it takes just a very long time. I'm not going to calculate that. It takes a very long time. So if you ever go on an island, you're like, I wonder how much infamy this clan has. Make sure to check. And if it's low, claim it. If it's high, then you're going to be sitting there for a while. So you better start fishing. I know a lot of you at the end of the game, end game players, love to make your character look cool and have like one color, like all green or all blue, all pink. And you're like, well, I just can't get this item. I can't get the pink one. Let me try trading this. Oh, they declined it. I hate this guy. Anyways, if you find a merchant ship, a merchant sailboat, and you go to them, and you go to like their second in command guy, you can actually dye items. I actually did not know this until yesterday. You go on their ship, you can dye items. Now, you can't really dye arc orbs or anything like that. You can dye specific items, obviously, because arc orbs are for specific magics. But if you go on their ship, you can dye items. Now, I bet you did not know that. So if you go in my comment section, you're like, oh, I knew that, Goldie Bubble. Well, then go to my server and we will fight. But anyways, I did not know that. Now, for all you lore players that love the lore, they're like, let me get all the books. Let me know everything. Let me write some stuff down. This lore's crazy. And you want to know, like, everything. You want to know the Dark Sea. You want to know Insanity. Well, here's something for you. Rackham's journal. When you get this journal by finding it at the keep, and if you flip through the book, it tells you some guy like landing on the island, he becomes mentally insane, and then his crewmates like become like they're gone and they're ghosts and everything. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I read the whole thing, but I kind of forgot. So if you get this journal, it tells you a little bit of story about them being on that island and them guarding it from something. I'm not exactly sure. And they're trying to reach Ravana, and they can't, so they're stuck on the island. And it might be a clue to the next update about the Dark Sea and stuff like that. So I recommend finding that book. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, so don't go in the comments and be like, well, where's the book? Find it on your own. Now, for my last thing you probably didn't know was seawater from a bottle. Yes, I know, this is the grand finale. So, you know when you get these empty bottles, you're like, well, why do I want these? Let me just sell them away. Oh, they're worth 4 gold? Well, 400 gold for me, because I actually have 100 bottles. So, I didn't know this till today, but if you go to the water, and you just go, like, in the actual ocean, and you have to be, like, actually in the water, you can actually get seawater. Now, when you drink this, it gives negative 20 hunger, which I'm not exactly sure why you want to do this, but it just happens. So if you like eat something bad, I guess you can just take it away. But that's what seawater does, and I did not know that. You probably didn't either. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure, guys, to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you're like, well, I knew all of these. If you did, go to my Discord, and I'll give you a prize. No, I'm joking. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll do another video about this tomorrow on this game, and I'll see you guys later.